around the world on myjoyonline.com. My name is Sheila Sakyi. Coming up, 2 confirmed dead and 2 others receiving treatment after a building collapsed at Avenor in Accra following heavy rains on Sunday morning. We're live at the scenes for further details. Plus, we take you to Osu, where city authorities have condoned off a residential building for demolition, citing structural integrity concerns. And the Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council sounds the alarm over what it describes as a disturbing rise in prank and false emergency calls to security and disaster response agencies, warning that the practice is hampering ongoing flood relief and rescue operations across the region. A National Labour Commission directs the Akufo-Addo Doctors Association to immediately call off its indefinite strike, declaring the industrial action illegal and improperly executed. We're your home of independent, fearless and credible journalism. Please stay for details. Thanks for your company. Now, 2 people have been confirmed dead and 2 others are receiving treatment after a building collapsed at Avenor in Accra following heavy rains on Sunday morning. Rescue efforts are still underway as emergency responders search for more victims believed to be trapped beneath the rubble. Now, the incident have prompted Vice President Jean Nano Pukwajiman to call on property owners to engage qualified engineers and building professionals when constructing buildings, citing growing concerns over structural integrity and compliance with safety standards amid recurring building collapse. The Vice President visited the scene to assess the situation and offer support to rescue teams and affected families. We'll hear from her shortly, but first, my colleague Masola Gbagba has been monitoring developments.
Search and rescue underway here. It's quite a difficult mission here. You can see that earth-moving machine digging through that mixed concrete with twisted metals there. Quite a difficult one. The Inspector General of Police, COP Tete Yohonu, was here earlier, but now he's leaving. He came here with some top officials, some members of the police management board. So that's the Inspector General of Police, COP Tete Yohonu. I'm there in your shot, and he's here on the ground, also supervising the search and rescue operations. Let's see if we can get a word or 2 from him. COP Yohonu, we are live on JoyNews. COP Yohonu, we are live on JoyNews. We are live. The Inspector General of Police, that you say. The Inspector General of Police is here. We are live on JoyNews. Let's talk to the Inspector General of Police. Okay. Okay. So the Inspector General of Police want us to talk to the director. The director in charge of Director General, in charge of media relations. Yes. you've been here for some time. Yeah. What's your assessment of the situation?
Well, so far, as you said yourself, the Inspector General of Police, together with members of the Police Management Board and the Regional Commander and officers of the Greater Accra Regional Command, as well as our K9 team, have been on the ground to assist with the rescue efforts. So far, you are here, you've witnessed what has been done. We are moving on to another scene, expecting that our officers will stay behind and continue the rescue efforts, and we are praying that the last person they are anticipating would also be rescued as soon as possible. Thank you so much.
If you say you move into another location, are you able to tell us which location are you moving to and what's the situation there?
Minister mentioned, if you were here earlier, Minister mentioned that there has been some incident at Osu. I don't have any more information beyond that, so we want to proceed to the place and see what incident it is and what we are able to do as far as that is concerned.
On a normal day, this stretch is busy, especially for, so that's the Inspector General of Police, his vehicle, looks like a little hold up. This is about 50 meters away from the collapsed building site. I want to show you the cordon that is in place here. The emergency response team, the Ghana Police Service to be specific, has cordoned off the area. So this entire stretch has been blocked to traffic. If you don't have any business here, these men, these police officers stationed here will not allow you to use this stretch. This stretch usually busy during the rush hour, especially for vehicles that want to do a detour. Some of them who usually on weekdays would want to dodge the traffic. This is the stretch that they use, and it's just about 50 meters away from the crash, from the collapsed building site, I should say. But this entire stretch has now been blocked to traffic. If you don't have any business here, they will not allow you, police will not allow you to use this stretch of road. It has been a busy day for the emergency response team. Some of the people I've been speaking to here tell me the numbers could have been huge, especially if it were a weekday. So you see what's happening? You see. So this driver, clearly unaware of the situation, was just going to use the road, the Otublohum Road, which passes through Avenor. Otublohum Road, which connects to the industrial area, La Paz and its environs. He wanted to use that stretch, actually. He had to be alerted by these officers, these policemen, who are ensuring that the collapsed building site is cordoned off to traffic. Let's speak to some of the residents here. And hi sir, what's your name?
My name is Prosper Addo.
Prosper Addo. How long have you been living here?
I'm this company driver. So I just from weekend from Ho. Okay. I just arrived from Ho.
You just arrived from Ho. Okay. So your workplace obviously just directly opposite the collapsed building, right?
This is my company. I just arrived before. And I asked why. Before they say something happened here. And so from the beginning, I don't know. I just enter the yard from Ho.
Okay. Do you know anybody who lived there?
Me, I'm a new. company before I go weekend at the hole. So I just arrived. I just arrived. So you say, here took. What happened? You say something happened here. So I don't know much about the thing happening.
Okay. I'm told the structure is a commercial space. Have you gone there to transact any business before?
For that one, I can't tell anything about it.
Okay.
I can't tell because I just arrived. I go Friday. I just arrived.
Okay. But from a citizen perspective, you've seen the emergency response team, all of them represented. You've seen personnel from the Ghana Police Service. You've seen the Ghana National Fire Service here. You've seen the National Ambulance Service also here. NADMO also here. All of them ably represented here. From a citizen perspective, are you happy with what you've seen here so far?
No, because
search, how they are going about the search and rescue.
Because the thing is serious matter. That's why all the security or whatever come here. Because I hold my bag. I come. They don't want to make them enter. They say where are you going? I said I go to my factory. Okay. Before they allow them to enter.
Thank you for talking.
You're welcome, sir.
If you just joined us, we're still live here on JoyNews, bringing you live broadcast of the search and rescue happening here at Avenor after a building collapsed this dawn sometime around 4 a.m.
And that was my colleague Maxwell Agbagba engaging some authorities and residents at the collapse site. Now let's listen to the Vice President, who says the recurring incidents of building collapse must serve as a wake-up call for stricter adherence to construction standards and professional supervision of building projects.
There are many things we can all prevent. And it's about doing the right things. We know them. We don't need to wait. As we are standing here, we are told that somebody is trapped in there. Why should this happen? Because somebody didn't do the right thing. You see, when people step out to do the right thing, all of us should support them. Sometimes we don't. We even isolate them and we make the world believe that they are rather the ones doing the wrong things. What is worse than somebody trapped in here? Even if you are trapped in your car, how will it feel? So please, all I'm saying is that let's abide by the rules. I said only yesterday or so, that rules never make sense. Nobody likes rules, but we need rules. Otherwise, nothing will function. And we need to do proper investigation. We must all open ourselves to be held to account. It's all of us. This really maybe needn't have happened. But what could we have done? What do we do to ensure that going forward we are not seeing many like these? We all know the right things to do. Let us make them possible. That's all I want to say now. But I want to thank everybody who is here, the press, our ministers, all of us, our security people, fire service, police, who else? All of us. What are the lessons learned when things like this happen? It's not so much that we are standing here and talking about them. How do we ensure that going forward we see less and in fact that we eliminate them? It depends on all of us. I want to plead with all of us to abide by the rules of citing property, of citing even our own houses. We know the place is prone to flooding.
And now let's take you over to Osu, where we are hearing of a possible demolition exercise of a residential building in a deplorable state. My colleague Stephen Mensah is on ground now. Stephen, if you can hear me, can you paint the picture of what is happening there at the moment?
And from what we understand from the MCA, has been going on for the past 3 months. Notices have been given to the tenants of this building to evict this building for the past 3 months. And all this information has been left on deaf ears, if I may say. So far, we noticed the Ghana National Fire Service on site currently, and they have been here to cordon off the place. You've seen the Ghana Police Service also present on site, and they've earmarked this place for demolition. So what you will see will be the Ghana Police Service barricades all through, from this stretch all through to the back end of the building also. So far, I've been getting some information from the residents of this place, and they tell us that beneath this building, this 4-story building, will be some shops, and these shops have already left, but these shops were grocery shops. However, you would notice this 4-story building had tenants in all the 4-story building, in the 4 floors of this building. We've been hearing from some of the tenants who say currently they have nowhere else to go, and they'll be looking for a place to live this evening. However, we've seen the mayor of Accra currently, he was on site some minutes ago. We've also seen the MC for the area also present, and he has been giving us, in fact, he has been giving us the information we needed as to when this exercise will be done, and also the measure that will be put in place to start the exercise. We heard from the Ghana National Fire Service and the police, and they say they postponed this exercise to tomorrow morning, given the timing as to when this demolition exercise will begin. So far, what we can report will be that the demolition exercise here in Osu will be postponed and done tomorrow morning, that's Monday morning, and it's due to the weak nature of this building, this 4-story building. And we can confirm currently that all the tenants of this building have been evicted from the building. Every single person has been taken out of this building, and also the building has been cordoned off, the area has been cordoned off to ensure that no other person enters this building and no other person is harmed. In fact, we've heard from the Interior Minister, we've heard from the Mayor of Accra, we've heard from some other government officials, including the Vice President, and they've been saying that we as Ghanaians should ensure that we do not build in waterlogged areas, we do not do activities, or we do not engage in any activities that will lead to any loss of lives.
Well, you're still live on JoyNews Prime. We'll go for a quick break. We'll be right back with more.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabadim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
Hey, Charlie, what number? The malaria really knocked you down, eh?
Hey, Charlie, no joke. Fever, headache, vomiting, loss of appetite. I couldn't even eat my usual fufu.
You and your fufu. But I hope you got tested before the malaria treatment.
Yes, I did. And thanks to Malatu, I kicked out malaria one time.
When malaria strikes, take Malatu, containing Artemether and Lumefantrine. Comes in tablets and suspension for effective treatment of malaria.
Great to have you back.
Thank you. No problem.
Malatu is suitable for adults and children. Manufactured and distributed by NS Chemists Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Welcome to a place where everyday living is reimagined, where space, movement, and community come together effortlessly. With thoughtfully designed spaces, modern facilities, and everything you need within reach. You don't just live here, you feel safe, comfortable, and at ease. Step inside Eden Heights and discover spaces crafted for comfort, style, and everyday living. And just when it feels right, you will know. Because this isn't just about finding a house, it's about stepping into a better way of living. Eden Heights, the height of modern living. Book a private viewing today.
Baya bukata abu mai yawa, ku sare abin da kuke so. Wani sa'ili yana farawa da rigakafi. Kulawa ba kowane lokaci yake da karfi ba, shine saurara, takasansan da yin ƙananan abubuwan da suka dace.
Kariko bara yana farawa da ni, ina kula kowace rana.
Good Conduct, Great Life is brought to you by
Indomie!
Tastes great!
More Kivo inside. Kivo Gari Soaking Mix, taste of Ghana.
Welcome back. Now, the Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council is raising alarm over what it describes as a disturbing rise in prank and false emergency calls to security and disaster response agencies, warning that the practice is hampering ongoing flood relief and rescue operations across the region. The council says key emergency institutions, including NADMO, the Ghana Police Service, and the Ghana National Fire Service, and the National Ambulance Service are being overwhelmed by false distress reports. RESEC cautions that these prank calls are diverting critical resources and slowing response times, potentially putting lives at risk as emergency teams struggle to reach genuine cases. The regional minister and chairperson of RESEC, Linda Obenewa Akwele Oklu, is therefore urging residents to act responsibly. On our screens now are excerpts from the statement. The Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council wishes to express its deep concern over the growing incident of prank and false emergency calls being directed to emergency response agencies and public officials amidst the ongoing flooding affecting several parts of the Greater Accra region. These actions divert critical resources and attention away from genuine emergency situations where lives and property are at immediate risk. As emergency personnel work tirelessly to rescue stranded residents, provide relief to affected communities, and respond to urgent distress situations, the misuse of emergency communication channels places an unnecessary burden on responders and reduces the effectiveness of ongoing operations. I appeal to you to act responsibly and refrain from making false emergency reports. Every prank call occupies vital communication lines, delays response times, and may prevent emergency teams from reaching individuals and communities that urgently need assistance. Your safety, security, and well-being remain our highest priority. We therefore call on all residents to support emergency responders by providing accurate and timely information and by helping to keep emergency communication systems available for those in genuine need. Now, the installation ceremony for the newly elected officers of the Zonta Club of Accra was successfully held on 6th June at the Coconut Grove Hotel here in Accra. The event marked the official commencement of the officers and directors' tenure and provided an opportunity for members and guests to witness the transition of leadership. Guest speaker Anne-Marie French-Kujo says she is inspired by the incoming president's vision and commends her for bringing these three pillars into place, which would help build a better world for women and girls. There is more in this report.
The installation ceremony for the newly elected officers of the Zonta Club of Accra was successfully held on 6th June at the Coconut Grove Hotel in Accra. The event marked the official commencement of the tenure of the new officers and directors and provided an opportunity for members and guests to witness the transition of leadership. The ceremony was held to formally induct the newly elected officers and directors into their respective positions, reaffirm the organization's commitment to its objective, and encourage the leadership team to serve with dedication and integrity. The program commenced with an opening prayer, followed by welcoming remarks from the outgoing president. The installing officer then administered the oath of office to the newly elected officers and directors. The guest speaker, Anne-Marie French-Kujo, said she's inspired by the incoming president's vision and commended her for introducing three key pillars that she believes will help build a better world for women and girls.
I am particularly inspired that the incoming president's vision for the Zonta Club of Accra seeks to address these challenges through three clear and impactful pillars. The first pillar being health and dignity. Health is not a privilege. It is a fundamental human right. No woman should lose her life while giving life. No mother should be denied the dignity of safe maternal care.
The president of the Zonta Club, Doris Wunu, said she's committed to strengthening and expanding the club's birthing kits project to support pregnant women, particularly within the Ga East communities.
We will strengthen and expand our birthing kits project to support 2,000 vulnerable pregnant women and newborns in underserved communities, particularly within the Ga East community. Clean birthing kits help reduce infection risks during delivery, particularly in underserved communities and facilities with supply shortages. While they do not replace skilled medical care, they are considered an important support intervention in maternal and newborn health programs.
The Vice President, Dorothy Jojoto, noted that the club will be actively soliciting funds, emphasizing the need for financial support to sustain and expand services aimed at supporting the female child.
At Zonta, we go soliciting for funds from individuals and from corporate bodies to help us to advance all these goals that we have. And so all I'll say is that when we knock on your door, we hope that you open your bank accounts and purses to assist so that we will uplift the female and the female child.
Overall, the installation ceremony was deemed a success, with members expressing their commitment and readiness to work together to achieve the organization's objectives under the administration.
Well, that's all in the bulletin this evening. I'm Sheila Sakyi. For more news, log on to myjoyonline.com. And if you head there this minute, you'll see one story, which is call off strike immediately by NLC, which orders cuts doctors. And many more stories on myjoyonline.com. We appreciate your company this evening. Have a good evening.
Watch out. Watch out.
Violence. Quit the game because of these attacks.
Absolutely terrible day.
It was on human beings.
It's a very worrying trend.
Football. It brings joy. It is a passionate sport, and ultimately it unites. This sport ignites dreams in children and unites entire communities under one banner of hope. But when that same passion boils over into violence, the consequences are harrowing. Lives are shattered, trust is broken, and the soul of the beautiful game begins to bleed.
The officials were threatened. They were insulted, threatened that they would beat them, as had happened in the one man so four or something. And so the referees were afraid. I think
they were intimidated.
They were intimidated. That one, the referee doesn't want to also be beaten like what. So he was scared. And look at what happened. Now what happened to everybody saw it. People have been calling. They saw it live. Everybody was looking. What happened to that last goal that he didn't take? You see, these are some of the things that happen in Ghana football. If you were a coach, you really don't know whether you are going forward or you are going back. You prepare your team and you come forward and the referee robs you. And then they tell you they will beat you like Manasofo.
Referees, the guardians of the game, become prey. Simply for doing their job, they are intimidated and hunted.
Watch out, coach. Watch out. Watch out.
Teams are smuggled out under the cover of chaos. Fans are injured, some left fighting for their lives.
I was looking at somebody like this, and the person is saying, "Please help me." But you before you see, it's gone.
For many, survival comes at a cost, a lifetime of trauma. Others never return the same. My name is Haruna Mubarak. In this documentary, I walk you through the dark corners of Ghanaian football where brutality and fear have found a home. These are real stories of pain, survival, and loss from those lucky to still draw breath and from those who lost everything to a game gone wrong. They call it the passion of the nation. In Ghana, football is more than just a sport. From scrappy pitches in the hinterlands to packed Premier League stadia, it draws thousands. Each game is a festival of hope. But on May 9, 2001, hope was crushed beneath a wave of horror. Hearts of Oak versus Asante Kotoko, the biggest rivalry in Ghana.
The initial running down from VIP into the stadium, outside the perimeters of control, you're then looking at the confusion and hearing shouts, moaning, and yet I was not seeing fighting going on. So then taking up, then you realize that the smell of tear gas in the air that has been fired by some members of the security forces, running upstairs, and then there's a shock of people crying, sitting on the ground, the tear gas bringing water to everybody's eyes, and then you realize suddenly that the stairwell was choked. Bodies intertwined and completely and utterly choked. So I left there and ran downstairs to see what was coming at the other end and realized the gate was locked. So people trying to leave could not leave. People trying to escape from the tear gas were getting trapped. You see. And so I run back up again, shouting for people to help. The stairwell was such that there's a gap between the stairwell and the wall, and bodies, some had fallen down to the ground. Many of those who passed died of asphyxiation. They could not breathe. So I started grabbing bodies and asking people to help me, and carried bodies up the stairs, down the stairways, down, and there were pickups there. The security forces had run away. There was no police. There was nothing. I couldn't even breathe as I carried. Somebody said you carried about 30 bodies. I don't know. But seeing people in tears, one or two people just saying, "Chairman, please, we're not dead," because they were motionless by the time we were carrying them and putting them on our shoulder and then running across and then running down, putting them down, coming back up, and then getting some people to stop crying, shouting at them like, "Come on, pull yourself together, come and help." And then more people got to help. It was an absolutely terrible day.
As I'm walking towards the exit, before I get inside, I realized that my foot wasn't on the floor. It was on human beings. My brother, before I realized I was in the middle. I can't go back. I can't go out. All that you can hear, "Oh, me woo, na mutu, me woo, na mutu," then that's it. Me woo, na mutu, and that's it. I was looking at somebody like this, and the person is saying, "Please help me. Bacho umbuame, me woo, umbuame," before you see, it's gone. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, my brother. A lot of people passed. It was a lot of pressure. No air. People were struggling. You imagine that you are working on people. Over 200-300 people in that exit, that small exit. Just imagine.
More than 125 lives gone. Supporters who left for a football match never returned home. Never again, they said. But 24 years on, again continues to haunt the game. Hooliganism has survived every warning.
We are all concerned, and you will also agree with me that our culture of deeply rooted in passionate behavior, especially these fans that are so violent, and they wouldn't change their mind, especially when they are supporting their clubs. And then identifying these violent people in very big crowd, these things pose as a very big challenge for all the security services, especially the stakeholders when it comes to footballing at our stadium.
Referees are the first in line to fall victim. A perceived wrong call and their lives hang in the balance.
You could kick from goal kick, and your colleague can receive the ball and score directly. Yes, it was difficult for them to understand. They thought, no, when the ball got to the last but one defender, the opponent was right behind the last but one defender. So he took the ball and went to score. He said no, it was offside. Then it wasn't offside because it was from goal kick. And it was hell broke loose and everybody was beating me.
So as they began approaching you, like what was the feeling? Were you scared?
You know,
was it like,
those times the field had no defense wall or barricade or barricade or whatever. So they were just coming onto the field, pushing me from behind, citing. I mean, my dear, it's normal. It was normal. I didn't run. I just allowed myself to be beaten for a while. When they saw blood coming out of my nose, then they stopped. Oh, your bamunjai, oh, your bamunjai. Even that, the one I just told you is Colts. You remember Zetuna RTU, Almighty Zetuna RTU in Tamale? It was a decider. If I take harsh decisions, it might affect the game. So I wanted to contain them for a while. So when it got to a level boiling point, I had to just issue out the red card.